Hardship. Stop talking about what you met on ground, Adebayo to Tinubu. The presidential candidate of the Social Democratic Party (SDP) in the 2023 general election, Adewole Adebayo, had advised President Bola Ahmed to refrain from continually reversing the challenges his administration inherited. According to Adebayo, Tinubu's campaign on the very issue he claimed to have met on ground and should now focus on resolving them rather than using them as a justification for current hardship. Welcome to Naija Anchor. Today we dive into Adewole Adebayo's recent comments on President Tinubu's approach to addressing Nigeria's economic challenges and critics of the administration policy. Adebayo made his remark during an interview with newsmen. He criticized the Tinubu's administration handling of economy, particularly its policies that lead to rising inflation and economic stability. He went ahead to score the present administration 22%, stating that the government is performing poorly and has worsened the economic situation. Adebayo remarked that the policies implemented so far lack precision and effectiveness, adding, Nigeria went into a coma during the Buhari's administration. When you are elected into an office, you meet what you meet there. If you study very well before you come, you can also predict what you will meet here, Adebayo said. He argued that leaders should be prepared to handle the realities of governance and avoid being overwhelmed by expected challenges. Citing his observation, Adebayo stated, President Tinubu, from assessment of him, is very sincere. However, sincerely is wrong in the approach he has used so far. He wanted to do fiscal reform, but the execution was flawed. For example, removal of the subsidy cost factor caused an inflation to rise, creating a problem for the central bank in managing inflation and foreign exchange. Adebayo criticized the administration for failing to achieve significant results despite its policies, adding that saving from the subsidy removal has not translated into increased employment or improved economic stability. All the money saved in the name of subsidy disappeared. It's still hard to borrow more. So the money diverted from subsidy has not raised employment. Meanwhile, the cost repealed had affected the larger economic negativity, Adebayo said. Meanwhile, the cost repealed has caused a larger economic negatively, Adebayo said. He emphasized the need for accountability, stating that leaders must take responsibility for their action from the moment they assume office. Rather than dwelling on the past, what they meant on ground was what they used to campaign. They should stop talking about it and focus on delivering results, he asserted. The SDP candidate has highlighted his expectation for economic stability under Tinubu's administration, noting that he will start taking the government seriously if it could maintain a stable exchange rate for at least 120 days.
When you are elected into an office, you meet what you meet there. But if you study very well before you come in, you can almost predict what you will meet. Like now, if it pleases God and they want to replace Tinubu administration in 2027, we already know what they are doing. We know what we are likely to meet there. So the level of surprise should not be that radical. You should know what you're meeting. When you take over, you should stop talking about the fact that your team goes down. You start to be accountable for the action you took when you took over. Because subsequently, you met 3 goals down when you came in. But since you came in, you have considered 5 goals. So you cannot be complaining about the 3 goals you met on the ground. President Tinubu, from our assessment of him, is very sincere. However, he is sincerely wrong in the approach he has used so far.
This critiques comes amid growing public discontent over the rising cost of living and the perceived lack of tangible benefits from the government's policies. Adebayo's comments reflect broader concerns about the direction of the economy and the need for a more strategic approach to governance. What do you think about Adebayo's remark? Should President Tinubu stop repressing inherited challenges and focus more on his administration solution? Share your thoughts in the comments below and stay tuned to Naija Anchor.